Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is one of the best comic book movies of 2018, and as always there's a lot to unpack from both its ending and post-credit scene. Throughout this video I'll be breaking down everything that you need to know about the movie and its final act. There will of course be heavy spoilers, so if you're yet to see the film or don't want to know its ending, then I highly recommend that you turn off now. With that out the way, I'm Deffinition and welcome to the channel where I ruin it so you don't have to. Okay, so Into the Spider-Verse opens with Peter Parker as he runs through his origin. It's pretty clear that this is the same Spider-Man from the Raimi Films, so it's a nice nod to give the story some background from the get-go. We then cut to Miles Morales, our main protagonist. He lives in Brooklyn with his mother and policeman father, and is a creative and streetwise kid loved by the locals. Miles is highly intelligent, which has caused him to move schools. This has strained the relationship with his father, who wants what's best for Miles, but Miles wants to go back to his old school where his friends are. Throughout the film, we see that Miles feels out of place in school and it's very difficult for him to fit in amongst the elite. The movie also showcases how Miles looks up to his uncle Aaron and how spending time with him is the reason for his street smarts. His uncle Aaron wants Miles to express himself, so he takes him to a secret spot to spray paint. This is where we are introduced to the Alchemax, and Miles' life is sent spiraling out of control as he is bitten by a spider. Miles stumbles into a fight between Spider-Man and Kingpin / Green Goblin and the Prowler, and Peter notices that Miles is special like him. Peter dies in this fight, leaving Miles to promise to stop Kingpin as the villain opens a portal into another dimension. Kingpin wants to open this portal because Vanessa and his son are dead, so he wants to take other versions of them from the multiverse. This is when Miles meets Peter Parker from the 616 universe, who is an older and out of shape Spider-Man. He is trying to get back home and Miles agrees to help him in exchange for training. We are then introduced to several other versions of Spider-Man, including Spider-Man Noir, Penny Parker and Spider-Ham. They devise a plan to get home, and Miles promises to destroy the machine after their return journey. The story takes a turn for the worse when the Spider Gang fight Kingpin's men and the Prowler is killed and shown to be Miles' uncle, Aaron. This is Miles' Uncle Ben moment, and Miles learns that with great power comes great responsibility. Aaron worked for Kingpin but refused to kill Miles, so Kingpin killed him instead. This scene also showcases that Miles is not ready to take on Kingpin, and the Spider family decide that they will do it without him. However, Peter inspires Miles to take a leap of faith and shows him that anyone can be Spider-Man. This sets up the final act of the movie, where Miles joins the Spider family in a fight to get home and stop the Kingpin opening another portal and destroying New York. At the film's end, they win after one hell of a battle that nearly kills Miles, and all of the characters get to return to their respective worlds. It's a brilliant origin story that beautifully sets up Miles Morales as the new Spider-Man. To me, this story is about how anyone can be Spider-Man. It shows an origin for all of the Spider family and sets up that we can all be the hero should we just take a leap of faith. It's a really powerful message that reminds us that we all have the ability to do the right thing no matter the odds, and I absolutely love this meaning behind the movie. Miles' father, who was originally distrusting of Spider-Man, too gains a new respect for him after he saves the city, and Miles shares this with his father after realizing how difficult his job actually is and how he just wants the best for his son. In the post-credit scene of Into the Spider-Verse, we join Spider-Man 2099, played by none other than Oscar Isaac. There were rumours that Isaac was cast in the film over a year ago, and it's great to see him behind the first Latin Spider-Man. In his New York apartment, 2099 uses a web-slinging gadget that allows him to hurtle across the universe to Earth 66. Earth 66, like its namesake, is a 1967 cartoon that aired during the 60s on CBS. The show recently saw a resurgence with a number of memes, so it's brilliant to see it resurface here. As 2099 arrives at Earth 67, he bumps into that universe's Spider-Man, and the two Spideys recreate one of the show's most famous memes. Fans will obviously lap this up, and I adored seeing the meme play out on the big screen. It's clear that Sony have some big plans for the expansion of the Spider-Verse, and I can't wait to see what they are. So, what are your thoughts on the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse film? Did you enjoy the movie, and where does it rank amongst the other comic book films of 2018 for you? Comment below and let me know, and if you enjoyed this video then please like it and check out my breakdown of this week's other big comic book revelation, The Flash. This is a channel for people who are super into superheroes, so if that's the kind of thing you like, hit subscribe. Thanks again for taking the time to watch this. I've been Deffinition, you've been the best, and I'll see you next time. Take care, peace.